Fox Sports.
We are Fox. We are LA.
It is Torii Hunter mesh jersey night. That's why there are a lot of folks in attendance, just like there was in the first two games of the series, as we get you ready for Game 3 of this four-game set between the Angels and your Seattle Mariners. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A, Victor Rojas, along with Mark Kubica. Glad you could join us here for Angels baseball. And last night, we saw a terrific pitching matchup. Not only was Jared Weaver very good, as was Felix Hernandez of the Mariners. But the guy that came out on top, Jared Weaver, the Angels ace, and he obviously dealt last night.
Once again, get locked up against King Felix. Didn't walk any batters, but didn't have his natural strikeout pitch working throughout the game. But he got the key strikeouts when he needed it. He had a good fastball at times. 93 miles an hour was his best fastball. There it was. Then, of course, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Painted it. Great slow curveball at 7-2. He had a good changeup, too, and then finished off with that fastball. Only mistake of the game, back-to-back changeup to Justin Smoak. The second one, he had out of the ballpark. But 2-0 mark against the M's this year and Felix. And I even talked to him earlier today. He goes, it seems like every single game I get locked against them. 13 times already in their career. Jared has done very well.
You obviously had a very good seat for that matchup, didn't you?
Yes, a really good one.
Glad to have you back in the booth. Obviously, the lineup has been terrific the first two games. 16 hits on Thursday, double digits again once again last night. And, of course, it's the guys at the top of the order getting the job done.
Well, we always say Bobby Abreu, Torii Hunter, and, of course, Matsui scoring and driving those runs across. But you need to have guys on base. And Ibar and Kendrick have done a tremendous job as far as setting the table, getting their pitch, whether it be down in the inner part of the plate and turning on that, or when it's away, going the other way. So their approach has been solid, getting on base time and time again. Of course, Howie's been driving the ball. Two more doubles last night. One to left center, one to right center. Of course, then a base hit up the middle. 3 hits for Howie Kendrick. So he's getting on base. Ibar's getting on base 10 times out of the last 18 appearances. 5 runs scored. That's why he won the first 2 games so far.
Well, a little bit different look in the lineup as Hideki Matsui is not in the lineup today, with Torii Hunter taking the spot in the DH role. Tonight, a battle of left-handers. Ryan Rowland-Smith, the Australian, going for the Mariners. And it's the big lefty Joe Saunders trying to right the ship and make it 3 in a row against the M's. We've got lineups at first pitch when we return.
Nobody beats Howard's. By the all-new 2011 Hyundai Sonata. Visit your Southern California Hyundai dealers today. And by Shakey's Pizza. Who has the most leadoff home runs in baseball history? Go to Shakey's.com/trivia. We've got a gorgeous night for baseball once again here in the Southland. The Angels and the Mariners getting ready to take the field. Torii Hunter signing some of those mesh jerseys. And as always, tonight's presentation is brought to you in fanciful high definition by Time Warner Cable.
Fanciful.
You like it. The Angels are taking the field. This is the lineup that Don Wakamatsu is running out there for the Seattle Mariners. Ichiro leading things off. He is in right field. Sean Figgins batting second at second base. Franklin Gutierrez in center. Jose Lopez at third. Milton Bradley had the night off last night. He's back in there tonight at DH. Justin Smoke, 2-hit night. His first 2 against the Angels this season. He's at first base. Ryan Langerhans gets a start in left field. Josh Bard behind the plate. And Jack Wilson, the gloved one, batting ninth and playing shortstop, facing left-hander Joe Saunders, who's trying to bounce back after that tough start against the White Sox.
Well, the big thing is, though, he's got to reflect on the fact he's 8-1 in his career against the Mariners, including 7 straight W's. Back up that fastball with his changeup, curveball, slider combination, but above all, throw strikes down in the zone and get a lot of ground ball outs.
Ichiro steps in to lead this ball game off. The first pitch from Saunders is right down the pipe for a strike. Suzuki 0 for 4 last night, snapping his 14-game hitting streak. Still hitting .322 with 3 home runs and 27 runs batted in. As that breaking pitch misses wide, it evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Mariners at 35-55 with 2 losses to start the second half. And this one is rolled over to short. Ibar getting rid of it quickly, and there is out number 1. Defensively behind Joe Saunders, you've got Rivera, Willits in center, Abreu in right. In the infield, Brandon Wood gets his first start post All-Star break with Ibar and Kendrick up the middle, Franzen at first, Mike Napoli doing the catching.
Of course, with Joe Saunders on the hill, the third baseman is going to be very active, and Brandon Wood's going to get a lot of action down there, whether it be that sinker down and in, ground ball by the right-handers, or sink piece on the outside corner against lefties. So very active for Brandon Wood.
Here's Sean Figgins. Switch hitter swinging at the first pitch and fouling it back for strike 1. Figgins was 1 for 4 last night. Overall on the year, .232 with 22 RBIs. A much better hitter this season from the right side than from the left. Joe working quickly, delivers the 0-2. It's a breaking pitch. Bouncing just down in front of the plate and off of Mike Napoli. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look at the Hyundai keys to the game.
Well, Saunders with that combo platter, that fastball, 87, 89, sinking away from the right-handers, and back it up with that changeup. That combination, very deadly, and probably the most effective tandem for Joe Saunders. I think he gets away with from that scenario at times, tries to elevate the fastball like in that one there at 93. Good velocity, but it's bread and butter, down in the zone, and then that changeup to back up with it.
This one out toward right. Abreu having to deal with that sunshine out in right field, especially with the early start time. Hauls it in, and there's out number 2.
So again, that's that good sink action on the outer part of the plate, force Sean Figgins to hit the ball in the air again. We said that's the effective way to get Sean Figgins out. Fly balls. When he hits the ball on the ground, we've seen so many years being effective for the Angels. Ground ball, line drive. Fly ball is not a good combination for him.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez with 2 outs and nobody on. Just underway here at the Big A. Franklin takes a strike. Hitting .259 this year. After going 1 for 4 last night, 8 home runs, and 36 runs batted in. We've talked about it in the first couple of games here against the Mariners, the struggles that they've had offensively. And even when they get a home run, like they did last night from Justin Smoke, to make it a 1-run deficit, it's just not enough to kind of build momentum. This one's out towards shallow center. Kendrick is out there, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Saunders. Nicely done to get this one started. Angels coming up with no score here at the Big A. It's the lineup that Mike Scioscia is running out this evening. Eric Ibar leading things off at short. Kendrick in second. Bobby Abreu in right. Torrey gets the quasi-day off as he is serving as the DH this evening. Mike Napoli doing the catching. Rivera in left. Franzen at first. Brandon Wood the start at third baseman. Reggie Willits getting the start out in center field. Taking on the Australian Ryan Rowland Smith.
Ryan Rowland Smith, you see that record, 1-9. High ERA. Fastball not overpowering. 87-91. Has to sink it to be effective. Has a curveball, slider, and a changeup. Pitched pretty well against the Angels early in the season. Gave up only one earned run in 5 innings. So he's pretty solid there. Got a no decision.
Ibar takes a strike. Eric 1 for 3 last night. Also was hit by a pitch on a 0-2 count. That started a little rally the Angels had in that third inning. That big curveball misses down and in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Howie Kendrick followed with a double, and Abreu with a single. That inning was over. The Angels had a 3-0 lead for Jared Weaver. Good off-speed pitch. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pretty good motion on that changeup. Stayed within his mechanics. 80 miles an hour. Perfect pitch for him.
There's the 1-2. This would tap towards third. Lopez goes to third. Ibar is out at first. Nice play by Jose Lopez, playing back, especially with 2 strikes. And he guns down Ibar for the first out as we take a look at the defense behind Ryan Rowland Smith this evening. Langerhans down in left field. Gutierrez in center. Ichiro's in right. Lopez and Wilson on the left side. Figgins and Smoke on the right with Bard doing the catching this evening.
Frankly, Gutierrez is going to have to cover a lot of ground in center field. Rowland Smith has given up 17 home runs in 84 innings pitched, so he's going to have to cover that ground. He's certainly a guy that can do that. Strong arm also from center field. Well, no errors this season. Last season, 7. Majority of them on the throws into the bases or at home plate.
Howie fouling this one off to the right. The count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Big game for Howie last night. 3 for 4, a couple of doubles. Giving up 25 doubles on the year. He also scored a run. That's a strike on the inside corner, according to Bob Davidson, who's calling the balls and strikes this evening. And the 1-2. Right down the middle. Down goes Kendrick. There's out number 2. So Roland Smith at least coming out there throwing a lot of strikes.
You see that off-speed pitch turned over the changeup at 79. Located that pitch very well.
And up steps Bobby Abreu now with 2 outs, bases clear. Bobby picked up his 51st RBI last night, going 1 for 4. Bouncing single into left field. Lays off. No appeal. He did not. So it's Timmons. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, Tim Timmons did a great job behind home plate. He caught a lot of low strikes, but it was consistent with his strike zone.
This one rolled to the right side. Smoke will take it himself. Big hop, and he bobbles it. At the last moment, that ball jumped up on him, handcuffed him, and Smoke, who's known to be a pretty good fielder, picks up the error.
That's why it's always key to run down that base line no matter what. Bobby's going down there, and Smoke bobbled just enough, and Bobby gets by him and gets on base. Get an opportunity for a guy that's given up 17 home runs on the season. Can't afford to give up those extra outs, and this time the Mariners did.
5th error of the year for Smoke, who's playing now in his 75th game this year. Starting the season down in the minor leagues, and they get called up by the Texas Rangers and acquired by them in that Cliff Lee deal as Torrey takes a curveball down low. (1-0). Fastball in for a strike. Second start for Ryan Roland Smith against the Angels this season. Got the nod of June the 5th. Took a no decision after he allowed a run on 4 hits through 5 innings. That was an 11-2 win for the Halos. There goes Bobby. The pitch is inside. The throw down from Bard is not in time, and there's a stolen base. Into scoring position is Abreu with his 16th stolen base of the year. Now the team leader.
Roland Smith for a lefty doesn't have a particularly great move to first base, so Bobby be able to pick the right time. A little bit of a slide step, but still a good jump for Abreu. Gets into scoring position. Now I have to get on base via the error.
Well, Thursday night the Angels were 7 for 12 with men in scoring position. Last night 9 for 21. As Torrey bounces this one toward the middle, Figgins has got it. And there's the 3rd out of the inning. So the runs, no hits, an error, 1 left on, 1 complete, no score here in Anaheim. Just night for baseball, top of the 2nd, no score as we take a look at our Farmers Insurance true stories of the game. The Angels have a .585 win percentage after the All-Star break since 2002, the second best in the big leagues, to the New York Yankees.
Who?
The Highlanders, my friend.
Some pretty good teams there. The winning percentage. And of course, you look at the Rangers, but you can't count on them not playing well. They're winning again tonight in Fenway Park against the Red Sox. The Rangers have been swinging the bat and pitching very well.
Jose Lopez swinging at the first pitch and flying out to start the second. John Lackey and Cliff Lee in that matchup at Fenway Park. Lackey's no longer in the game. So Saunders has retired the first four to start this game. Here's Milton Bradley, who takes ball one outside. Milton got to start Thursday night at DH right here in the 5-hole. Went 0 for 4. Hitting just .206 with 8 home runs, 28 runs batted in. And he's ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes.
And he made 3 outs on 3 pitches that first game before he became a little more patient in his final at bat.
This one bounced and a diving stop by Brandon Wood. 2 outs. Nice play by Brandon.
Brandon Wood certainly has some good hands there at third base position. Good reactions. Certainly a strong enough arm to play that position on a consistent basis. Makes the play, gets up, makes that strong throw across to get Milton Bradley.
Here's Justin Smoak, the switch hitting first baseman. Picked up his first 2 hits of the year against the Angels last night. 2 for 3 overall. A base hit and a home run. Overall in the season, 208, 9 home runs, 36 runs batted in. He takes a strike on the corner.
Well, every time I look at Justin Smoak, I see Steve Avery, a young Steve Avery when he came up with the Atlanta Braves.
Takes the curveball on the outside corner, 1-2. I can see that. Body type and face, too.
Well, when he came up, he was dominant from the left side pitching for the Atlanta Braves and developed some arm problems.
And he laces this one out to deep left field. Rivera can't get this one. Just beyond his reach, and Smoak in at second with a double.
Well, he pitched down in the zone. Did a good job of turning on that pitch. Switch hitter with power from both sides, just over the head of Juan Rivera in left field. Had a good read on that well-hit baseball by Smoak, but it got over his head. Now with 2 outs, left-handed batter up here for Joe Saunders. Again, get back to that hitting his spots down and away through this inning.
First hit of the night for the Mariners as Ryan Langerhans steps in, getting to start in left field. Michael Saunders, who had been playing there the first 2 games, takes the night off. Langerhans 195 on the season with a couple of home runs, 3 runs batted in. One pitch from Saunders. He's just upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. It's a 4th start that Joe's had against the Mariners this year, including back-to-back starts. May 30th and June 4th. Took a no decision and a win. He actually has 2 no decisions against the Mariners this year with 1 W. But throughout his career, he's had good numbers against Seattle as Langerhans puts this one out towards left field. Being stopped at third base is Smoak with 2 outs. As Wood cuts that ball off.
Well, we're used to seeing the Angels taking a chance of trying to score on that ball in the outfield. It looked like Justin Smoak read that too well off the bat. Unfortunate break for the Angels right here. Still can get through the inning without a run being allowed.
What read could there be other than go with 2 outs?
Especially the ball wasn't hit real hard, and it kind of handcuffed Juan Rivera in left field, too. So you got the proper approach in that situation for a base runner at second. So you get a good secondary lead. As soon as that ball's hit, you got to be going as hard as you can because you got to score, especially for a club that doesn't score a ton of runs.
So back-to-back hits now against Saunders, puts runners at first and third. And still 2 outs. Bard getting to start behind the plate. In place of Rob Johnson. Hitting 184 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Takes the big, slow curveball in for a strike. Opponents hitting 284 against Joe this year. Lefties 287, right-handers 282, so pretty even split. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch.
A good sequence so far. A slow curveball and then a changeup from Joe Saunders. And it's that time where you back it up with that sneaky, sinking fastball on the outside part of the plate. Good job by Mike Napoli blocking that changeup. Tried to expand the strike zone. Key for a catcher there is not only have the glove down, but to have the body there to be able to smother and keep it in front of you. And for Mike Scioscia, pretty fortunate to have actually 3 very solid defensive catches in which you give the pitchers the confidence that you could throw a pitch in the dirt when you're ahead of the count with a man on third and not worry about him scoring.
Runner goes. They got him picked off. Throw from Franzen, and it gets away from Howard. Coming home with smoke, and the throw is late. Seattle's up 1-0. Boy, what should have been the 3rd out of the inning turns into the first run for Seattle.
It's almost from that angle that how we got screened as the runner's going in when you have a right-handed thrower, first baseman making that throw at second base. And he stopped, trying to make that play. It was a sinking throw down around the ankle level, but got away. A situation where the Angels basically gave him a run there. They had him easily out at second base. He was going to try to stop and get in a rundown.
Tap foul, so the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Kendrick gets charged with the error. To me, that's just one of those taking the eyes off the baseball, kind of peeking over towards third base to see if Smoke was taking off.
And you have plenty of opportunity to be able to catch the ball and tag him before you even have a situation where you'd be close to getting home.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Conversation now between Napoli and Saunders here.
In that good fastball right now on the outside corner. Joe's got a good fastball. The confidence level is not there for Joe as far as spotting that fastball on a consistent basis, but he does have the good fastball, good action on it, and at times very good velocity when it's elevated.
He went around, says Alfonso Marquez. That will end the inning, but unfortunately the Mariners get a run on the error. As we head to the bottom of the second, Seattle leads it 1-0. action against Ryan Roland Smith. Got a strikeout. Nothing more in that first inning. Mike Napoli was 1 for 3 last night with a double. Hitting .247 on the year with 14 home runs and 37 runs batted in. Kevin Youkilis with an RBI double to tie things up in the bottom of the ninth against Cliff Lee. That game is tied up now. This one out towards shallow center. Napoli's on board with a leadoff base hit.
Well, he fought off an elevated fastball. Most times we see a flare into the outfield as a pitch that's up in the strike zone. Fastball inside, above the belt. But Napoli's so strong, he's able to fight that off and get a base hit out of it.
Juan Rivera steps up now. He was 1 for 3 last night, hitting .245 on the year. And that one's lined to left field, a base hit. Good swing by Rivera on a fastball. We've said that Ryan Roland Smith, even though he's faced 4 batters, 5 now, 6 with Rivera throwing a lot of strikes early on in the count. Angels taking advantage of it here with the first 2 knocks to start the second.
Boy, Mickey Hatcher always talks about getting a fastball count, but if you got a pitcher who's going to throw fastballs first pitch, jump on it. Exmo will show. Fastball down. We got a lot of the plate. That was a real solid swing for Juan Rivera.
Franzen steps up. Lopez, the third baseman, will cheat in on the grass. Kevin's had the knack for dropping one down the third base line.
It's going to be a situation where Mike Scioscia is going to have Kevin Franzen swinging away here. Again, part of the reason why a pitcher will either take a throw over the first, or here it's in this situation that spin move to second, is to see if there's any indication if Franzen is going to square around the bunt. And he did not give any indication there.
Franzen swings the first pitch. There's a base knock to left field. Napoli's going to wave around. The throw from Langer hands is cut off, and we are tied at 1.
And I like that decision from Mike Scioscia to give Kevin Franzen that opportunity to swing the bat, at least for 1 pitch, and he came through with a base hit and another RBI. Reason why you got a guy coming in here with an ERA nearly at 6, 1-9 record. He's just sticking the lines. He's going to get that pitch over for a fastball, get an out. Instead, it's a base hit, and you're in the same situation. First and second, no outs. He's given up 105 hits in 85 innings pitched.
Opponents hitting .302 against Roland Smith. Left-handers have touched him to a .341 average as Brandon Woods asked the bunt. Drops down a nice one for the third base. Throw, and everybody is safe. And from the minute he grabbed that baseball, it looked like a palm ball over to first. Just never got the proper grip on it, and the ball sailed on him.
See, my thing here, Victor, if you're a pitcher in that situation, you know where you're supposed to be on a bunt. You're supposed to get there quickly and get yourself in position to make that throw. Took his time, little crow hop, and then airmailed it over to first base as Sean Figgins was trying to find his way over to first base. So he tried to guide that in. I know as a pitcher you kind of wait for somebody to get to the base, but you got to throw it to the base and assume the fielder will be there. When you aim that throw, that's the kind of mistake you're going to have.
No, Roland Smith gets charged with an error. Second error for Seattle. They are loaded up now for Reggie Willits. 3 straight base hits. Now the error by Roland Smith. And Willits stepping up. A .237 average with 5 RBIs on the year. And Roland Smith falls behind at 2 balls and no strikes. This one toward the middle. There's a base hit. Rivera will score. Here comes Kevin Franzen. He will score, and the Angels are up 3-1.
Again, that situation, if you're Reggie Willis, a guy, if he hits a fly ball in the air, it's not going to be a good at bat. Hit the ball on the ground, and that's what Reggie was able to do and gets 2 RBIs out of it. Good compact swing up the middle. Scores 2 runs. The Angels responded when they gave Seattle that run in that top of the second, back down with 3 already themselves, still with no outs.
Reggie picking up his 6th and 7th RBIs as Rick Adair, the pitching coach, is out. And to his detriment, the fact that he is throwing a lot of strikes, a lot of fastball strikes early on. He hasn't made a change whatsoever here in the second.
Well, you would think a changeup would be a perfect pitch, first pitch for him, because he's got a pretty good one. Because the hitter's going to react and think fastball, but the speed will be able to get you out in front.
Here's Ibar. Grounded to third base on a nice play by Lopez, who put him out in the first. And he'll take a pitch in for a strike. That was an off-speed pitch. Caught the top part of the strike zone, apparently. It is 0-1.
And again, you can see by the reaction from Eric Ibar, he was thinking fastball that first pitch, and he was going to try to crush it, but it was a changeup. He got him out in front. Got a borderline called strike against him. But a good job by Roland Smith as far as changing speeds on the first pitch.
Oh, 1. Ibar pops this one up. Guard behind the plate. 1 away. So Eric now 0 for 2, and here's Cowie. Struck out looking at the first inning, the only punch out for the left-hander. Picked up his 500th career hit last night. Brandon Wood at second. Reggie Willis at first. Pickoff attempt. Nothing happening. I'm trying to figure out that pitch. Is it just a BP fastball, or is it a straight changeup?
It looks like he's trying to turn that changeup over. It's certainly elevated back-to-back times.
This one toward the middle. Figgins, a terrific play to his backhand. Wilson's throw is not dug out, and that would allow Wood to score. 4-1 Angels. Boy, almost a fantastic double play. But because Smoke can't come up with it and the ball gets away from him, another run comes across.
Well, get a break out of that, get a run across, but that looked like it was going to be an RBI single. Go first to third. Sean Figgins, great play. Jack Wilson, bare hands, makes a throw over, but a tough hop. It's Justin Smoke. And of course, if Brandon Wood reads that, gets away from him, and scores another run. The defense, once again, for the M's, letting them down.
Jack Wilson getting charged with the error, so the third error now for Seattle. That allows Wood to score. And Abreu to plate, the 8th man to hit in the inning. No RBI for Kendrick, reaching on the fielder's choice. Bobby reached on the error by Smoke in the first inning, stole a base, but was stranded at second. The first pitch bends him back for ball 1. In Boston, Jonathan Papelbon sat the Texas Rangers down in order. Top of the 10th inning, so the Red Sox coming up. That game tied at 2. There goes Howie. The pitch is lifted foul and out of play. Boy, Howie had a terrific jump, almost a running start from first.
Yeah, Roland Smith doesn't have one of your typical left-handed pitchers. Great move over to first as far as to keep your leg up high and then go over there, or that quick step-off throw over the first base. He's allowed 9 stolen bases. 3 base stealers have been caught when he's been on the mound. That's not a real good percentage for a left-handed pitcher, so the Angels are going to take that opportunity to try to steal a base.
That is ripped foul. Almost takes out Alfonso Marquez, the first base umpire.
You can smile about it now. That was hit pretty hard right by him.
Throw over, and Howie's back easily. 4 runs here for the Angels in the second. On 4 hits, couple of errors by Seattle. Another 1-2. Lays off the breaking pitch, evens the count.
Roland Smith really doesn't have what you would say is an out pitch. And that's the big thing for him. He doesn't have that fastball to get it by you or that nasty slider. He's going to go with a breaking pitch right here.
Lays off of that one, full count now, and Howie will be off of the pitch. Smoke playing behind Kendrick with Abreu up to 3-2 as bounce towards Figgins. It was out number 3, but the Angels respond. They get 4 runs on 4 hits, a couple of errors, and leave 1 on. And after 2, Angels lead it 4-1. Jack Wilson, Ichiro Suzuki, Sean Figgins here to face Joe Saunders, who has a strikeout, no walks. Gave up a couple of hits in that second inning. As Wilson takes that big curveball inside.
Wilson's part of a time, Victor, for a shutdown inning. This will be the inning for Joe Saunders. Again, trying to find that consistent arm slot. He had a Seattle club that gave a couple runs across there.
This one lined to left. Rivera will play it on a hop. And the leadoff man is on board for a base hit. Hey, get ready to bring the Rally Monkey home. It's Rally Monkey Soap Dispenser Night. I kid you not. That's coming up on Saturday, July 31st. It's free to all kids 2 to 18 in attendance, courtesy of Custom Comfort Mattress. Purchase your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angels Stadium ticket windows.
That's in 2 weeks?
a good-looking monkey. Here's Ichiro, hit a ground ball to short to lead this game off. No, but you can't decide, just play both sides.
Don't blame him. Ichiro on his way to the Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Of course, Matsui, the MVP of the World Series last year.
Saw some T-shirts down at the team shop with both guys on it. The battle between the Mariners and the Angels.
Did you buy me one?
Did not.
Thank you.
Didn't even think about you, actually. Didn't think you wanted that. This one line to center field, a base hit. So Wilson will head towards third base. The throw from Willits is in time. Nice throw by Reggie Willits on target. Wilson's gunned down for the first out here in the third.
Well, we've seen Reggie Willits make some strong throws from the outfield, whether it's been center field or right field, which he threw at a base run at the plate earlier in the season there. Good job as far as getting in position and making that strong low throw. That way, not only you can keep the runner at first base, but able to get the guy at third. And Jack Wilson, mistake, obviously, there for the Seattle Mariners. You don't want to make that first out at third.
That was our One West Bank, one person, one play, brought to you by One West Bank, one person at a time. Especially with all the struggles that the Mariners have, is trying to create an opportunity here. Especially down by 3 runs. Figgins 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to right in the first inning. Count, he was at 1 ball, 1 strike. Just a second hit for Ichiro, by the way, in this series. And a bases clearing double in the 5th inning Thursday night, 0 for last night. And now 1 for 2. Down in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned Figgins, a much better hitter from the right side this year. 308 coming into this one, compared to that of the 197 from the left side. He fouls this one off to the right. The count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nice play by a fan who brings the leather. Made it look easy, too.
Oh, he read it right into his glove, no problem.
Looks like a guy who's played outfield before. 2-2. This one on the ground towards second. Kendrick, Ibar on to first. High field, but Franza gets the foot down. Inning-ending double play. We head to the bottom of the third here at the Big A with the Angels up 4-1. Napoli Rivera here to face Ryan Rowland-Smith. Torrey, the only guy that did not bat in the second inning. Angels sending up 8 men to the plate, scoring 4 times on 4 hits, and helped out by a couple of errors by Seattle. Torrey 0 for 1. He grounded to second base in his first AB.
Rowland-Smith, his last 4 or 5 batters, has started the first pitch off with an off-speed pitch instead of that fastball.
On the ground is short. 2 big hops for Jack Wilson. There's out number 1. Hey, sign up today for the 2010 Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Fox Sports West. It's just $18. Members receive 2 free game ticket vouchers. First in line for kids run the bases. And an exclusive Junior Angels white or pink mesh jersey. Log on to angelsbaseball.com/Junior Angels. Young fans treated to the pretty cool Torrey Hunter mesh jersey tonight. Brought to you by Chevy.
It is a nice jersey. My daughter's been asking for that jersey for about 2-3 weeks now.
Your daughter. Come on. You know you've been looking for a new sleep shirt. Napoli started the rally in the second for the Angels with a base hit to center. Drives this one out to deep right center field. Gutierrez back at the wall. Ball! Big fly for Mike Napoli. 15th of the year. Make it 5-1 Angels.
Boy, that was some kind of swing from Mike Napoli where he kept that good balance. Compact swing. Generally, when you see him hit the ball to center field, the right center field, he's going to get in one of those streaks in which he can carry the ball club offensively. And Howard's X-Men will show the location of this pitch. Up in the zone, just great plate coverage too, and drive that centered it up perfectly out the center field.
Juan Rivera takes upstairs. Juan had a base hit to left in the second, came around to score. He's ahead of the count at 2 balls and no strikes. 91st home run hit by the Angels this year. And the first one post All-Star break. Rivera lining this one into the corner. That's going to go for extra bases. Langerhans plays the carom neatly and fires it in towards third base as Rivera strolls into second with his 14th double.
And another good sign, too, for the Angels that Juan Rivera is starting to swing the bat a little bit better, more consistently. First at bat, pitch down in the strike zone, hit that ball hard in the left field. This time a pitch on the inner half and elevate it and crush that ball. That's the pitch we keep talking about. When he hits the ball the other way, you're going to bring the pitchers inside, and that's when he's going to turn and put the most damage on the baseball.
Second visit to the mound this evening by Rick Adair, the pitching coach. Action already for Seattle. Chris Seaton is up and loosening. Called up prior to the game on Thursday. And Franza takes upstairs. Hit an RBI single in the second, picking up his 11th run batted in. Ten extra base hits, all doubles for Kevin. Played nicely at third base, shifting over to first base this evening. Takes a strike to even the count. At Fenway Park, they're in the bottom of the 11th. Game tied at 2 as Franza pulls this one down the left field corner. Rivera easily comes home. Kevin Franza with his 11th double. And his second RBI of the night. 6-1 Halos.
Boy, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Angels have done a lot of damage. 6 for 6. doing a couple doubles and a home run. Another good swing by Kevin Frandsen. Gets it by Lopez at third base.
Seven hits already for the Angels. Here's Brandon Wood, who takes a fastball down and in. Brandon was just up there in the second inning trying to sacrifice the runners over. Roland Smith picked up the baseball and threw wildly to first and allowed Brandon to reach and load the bases up as he fouls this one back. One ball, one strike. Fouled this one off to the right. It's 1-2 now. So Wood officially 0 for 1, reaching on the error, but did score one of the 4 runs in the second. Brandon goes down swinging for out number 2. Second punch out of the night for Ryan Roland Smith. And Reggie will step up. To say this about Roland Smith, even with the way the Angels have kind of teed off on him to 7 hits and down 6-1, doesn't mess around. He gets right back on the mound and keeps going. There's no walking around, sulking, or anything to that effect.
Throws strikes. Is the appearance, at least, that he's confident as far as his stuff and be able to get you out. Again, the defense has let him down a little bit too, and including his own throw over the first base. Although part of that reason why is because Sean Figgins wasn't there on time to be able to cover the base.
This one bounced right back to Smith, who throws a strike over to Smoke, and there's out number 3. But the Angels get a couple of runs. The first one came off this guy's bat. Mike Napoli going the opposite way for his 15th home run of the year, and after 3, Halos up 6-1. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. It's a ratings bonanza. Ichiro, the only one to play in the last 10 All-Star games. Who holds the record for most All-Star games in a row?
I'm going to go with Willie Mays.
Franklin Gutierrez to lead things off here. Joe Saunders delivers a strike. We'll just have to hang around and see.
You didn't like my guess?
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
It's a guess. Gutierrez puts a charge into this one towards right center field. Renzi going back, pulls up, that's off the wall. Gutierrez heading towards second base in there with a leadoff double.
I've asked Reggie Welch what's his favorite position in the outfield. He's most comfortable in center field. He did a good job of going back on that and reading that off the wall, knowing what kind of reaction it's going to have off the wall, that baseball. He's able to keep Gutierrez at second base with a double. He's done a pretty solid job defensively, whatever Mike Scioscia's put him in the outfield, but he likes center field the best. Although you're not going to get many opportunities in center field with Torii Hunter in those 9 Gold Gloves, playing a majority of the games.
Jose Lopez hit a fly ball to right field in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Saw one pitch in that at bat. Two balls and a strike on Lopez. Made a nice play off the bat of Erick Aybar in the bottom of the first inning, coming in at third base. But having a down year after setting a career high in home runs and RBIs last season. 2-1 pitch. It's down low. 3 balls and a strike. Lopez skied one out towards right center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. All the way to the wall it'll go. So back-to-back doubles here for the Mariners, and it's 6-2 Angels.
Well, you fall behind in the count, you're going to be in a fastball situation, and a good hitter like Lopez is going to make you pay for it. That ball very well the other way. Fastball gets a fastball count. Right center field for back-to-back doubles. Honda Expo will show the fastball. You know when you're a hitter, you know a fastball is coming. You can gear up no matter where it's located and hit the ball hard.
So 6-2 lead now. Mike Butcher paying a visit. Saunders has given up 6 hits in this one in the first 3+ innings. Lopez picking up his 38th run batted in. And Joe now will face Milton Bradley. He grounded out to third base in the second. The Boston Red Sox, by the way, in the bottom of the 11th inning, have them loaded up with nobody out. In the 2-2 tied Fenway. As Bradley pops up the bunt. Napoli coming over, can't make a play. Looked like Mike thought about laying out for it, but did not. So it's a strike on Bradley.
Well, that's a situation if Milton Bradley was trying to bunt to get him over. You take that out in this situation. That looked like more of a bunt for a base hit for Milton Bradley.
That's fouled off to the right. The bat goes back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes on Milton. And just like we saw with Jack Wilson trying to take the extra base in the third inning, getting thrown out for the first out at third base, Milton Bradley trying to get something going offensively for himself. That's probably why he tried to bunt his way on, and that is flared out to left. Lopez will advance to third. And it's 3 straight base hits, 2 extra base hits, and a single to start the fourth for Seattle. Next Kaiser Family Sunday is tomorrow afternoon. All kids 12 and under will be invited down to the field to run the bases after the game. Purchase your tickets at angelsbaseball.com.
In one of those pitches, 0-2 inside. If you're going inside, you got to go off the plate. But again, I still think that best pitch 0-2 is that fastball down and away.
Here's Justin Smoak, who doubled down the left field line in the second. Takes the curveball in for a strike. The double for Smoke was his 11th of the year. He came around to score the Mariners' first run. Actually, Seattle had a 1-0 lead at that point as Smoke lays off the off speed. The count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, this is a situation of Joe Saunders in the past very good as far as getting a double play in these scenarios. Got to work down in the strike zone, use that sinking fastball, and get 2 outs with 1 swing of the bat. Going to try to do it right here.
And that is lined into left field, a base hit. Lopez will score, and it's 6-3 Angels.
We can see how much Joe Saunders missed location on that pitch. Mike Napoli wanted that fastball outside. Cut across that throw, and it was in the middle part of the plate and down. Very hittable pitch.
Scott Shields is getting up and loosening, and he'll get loose in a hurry.
Well, you see the location, the missed location of that pitch. And when you do that, you see a pitcher do, you're cutting across your body. Reality is, if you're trying to finish that pitch in the outside part, you got to reach out, not cut across.
Bunted out in front of the plate, throw down to second. They're going to try to turn 2, and they can. Nice play at first base by Franzen. But they get the out. Bradley advances to third. And Langerhans reaching on the fielder's choice.
A very athletic play by Kevin Franzen at first to prevent another run to score.
And now becomes even more important as far as the score and this game, since the Boston Red Sox have defeated the Texas Rangers. You see that double play attempt, and alertly Franzen coming off the bag and nabbing that baseball, preventing Bradley from advancing. But the Angels now with an opportunity to pick up a game on Texas.
Well, a lot of times you see a first baseman try to keep his foot on the base and end up getting that throw by him. That was a smart play by Franzen. You're still in position where you get a ground ball double play, get through the inning, and still have that 3-run lead.
Bard falling that pitch off to the right side. It's no balls and a strike. Kevin Youkilis is tying things up in the 9th off Cliff Lee and getting the sac fly to win it in the bottom of the 11th. Rolled toward the hole. Ibar can't get it. That's a base hit. Bradley will score. Six to 4 Angels.
Again, you kind of pitch against your defense when you get too much of playing an off speed. You got Ibar playing up the middle, bunching up there for a double play ball, hits it in the hole, and ends up being a base hit. Not hit well, but gets through for a hit.
Nine hits allowed by Saunders in 3 1/3. Here's Jack Wilson, who had a base hit in the 3rd inning. This one got a chance to be a double play. Ibar to Kendrick on the Franzen. It is. But the Mariners climb right back. They get 3 runs. They do it on 5 hits. And as we head to the bottom of the 4th, Angels still up by 2. More than ever, the smart choice is CarMax by Carl's Jr. Introducing the Hawaiian Teriyaki Chicken Sandwich with grilled pineapple and teriyaki sauce. New at Carl's Jr. And by Hawaiian Gardens Casino. Get your game on. Bottom of the fourth, Angels up 6-4. It'll be the top of the order coming up here. Ryan Rowland-Smith still out there for Seattle. Ibar, Kendrick, and Abreu.
Well, the offense got to respond again. Situation where Seattle getting 3 runs himself. Rowland-Smith hasn't shown where he has an out pitch to be able to stop the Angels' bats.
Well, you can't continue to rely on that. Most of it falls on Joe Saunders' shoulders to put the plug in the leak. As Ibar swings the first pitch and Skies went out to left. Langerhans is out there. He'll make the grab for the first out. Ibar is retired for the 3rd time in this ballgame. As we go back to our AT&T trivia question, Ichiro is the only one to play in the last 10 All-Star game. Who holds the record for most in a row? Hank Aaron played 25 straight from 55 to 75.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he was a pretty good player.
Yes, indeed. Just going back to my point on Saunders, what does it say when, with nobody out in the 4th inning, your manager's got action going in the bullpen? That, to me, I don't know. I didn't play in the major league, but I did play in the minor leagues. You pitched in the big leagues. That, to me, is a sign. That's your manager telling you something.
He's telling you, I want to see a more aggressive Joe Saunders on the hill and have pride in yourself, believe in your talent. It's not like Joe Saunders is throwing 82 miles an hour. He's got a very good fastball, a very good curveball, very good slider, and his changeup's solid. You see Mike Butcher talking to him right here. He wants him to be aggressive. A couple of the games, in particular when he was locked up last year with Zach Greinke and this season against the Royals, in which he had a 1-0 victory, he looked aggressive, was enthusiastic. He's got to get that back. You can't just go out there and just throw a strike and expect the other team to make an out. Believe in yourself, but also you got to be very competitive on the mound.
Howie shooting that one foul into the seats. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see that his last 5 starts, 1-3 with an ERA nearly at 6. Again, you look at Jared Weaver last night, how upset he was with that pitch he made to Justin Smoke when he hit that ball out of the ballpark. Well, he had only given up 2 runs, and that was all in that one swing by Smoke. But he was upset at himself. But that's what Joe Saunders got to be back to. Be aggressive. Want to go out there and get the hitters out. But above all, don't be content with just getting through an inning. Go out there and get the 1, 2, 3 and embarrass the hitters.
Don't think, just throw.
Yeah, don't worry about mechanics. Oh, if I'm following through. I mean, if you throw 92 or 93 with movement, say, hey, try to hit this pitch.
Inside, nice job by Kendrick. Good battle there. He draws the walk. The first issued by the big left-hander. Comes with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Here comes Bobby Abreu. Bobby's 0 for 2, reaching on the error by Smoke, been grounding out to end the 2nd. A wild throw to first, nice play by Smoke. When Howie was on board during the Abreu at bat in the 2nd inning, had a couple opportunities to steal second base. One time had a huge jump. That's when Abreu fouled that pitch off, so would not be surprised to see him going at some point. As Bobby rolls this one foul, and Alfredo Griffin casually making the play.
Great hands. That was no problem.
Makes everything look easy. Fungos, ground balls, eating dinner. He looks good.
And a great guy. Very funny.
Mariners with 4 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, and 2 men left on base. The Angels 6 runs, 7 hits, an error, and they've stranded 3. And through it all, even though Roland Smith's given up 7 hits, 6 runs, he's only thrown 63 pitches. Bobby puts this one on the ground into right field, a base hit. Kendrick rounding second, heading to third. The throw from Ichiro, not in time.
It looked like Ichiro took a little bit more time than normal charging that baseball. Because when I saw how he rounded the base at second, I thought Ichiro had a great chance to throw him out. But took too long to get rid of that ball. A break for the Angels. Ground ball through the hole. Had to let it go by him first. You can see Ichiro right there on the baseball just as he's making that turn. And throw up the left field line. This might be it for Roland Smith.
Wakamatsu making the call to the bullpen. Seaton was up and loosening last inning, and he's back up and throwing out there and jogging on in. It's the big left-hander replacing the big left-hander. The Aussie is taken off, and he departs with a deficit. 6-4 Angels as we are playing here in the 4th with 1 out. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T. TV, high-speed internet, home phone, and wireless. Visit AT&T.com or call 1-800-PICK-AT&T for details. By your Southern California Ford dealers, where you'll find the new Transit Connect. Check it out at scforddealers.com. And by 76 Gasoline. We're on the driver's side. There's the pier at Huntington Beach. A lot of folks still down there hanging out. A lot of folks here at the Big A. We had some great crowds the first 2 nights and another big crowd here on hand. The pitching change brings on Chris Seaton.
Chris Seaton's a guy that doesn't overpower. 88 to 91 on his fastball. Will throw a cut fastball, a slider, and a changeup. Pretty solid so far in AAA. A 10-4 mark with a good ERA. A little over 3.3.
Well, he comes on to face Torrey Hunter with runners at first and third and 1 away here in the 4th. Both of those runners belonging to Ryan Roland Smith. Torrey swinging through the first pitch fastball. Hunter's 0 for 2, twice having grounded out, once a second, once a short. That'll leave it a count of 1 ball, 1 strike.
We can see a lot of strikes he was throwing in this game, but not exactly effective because he didn't have that one pitch he can go to get an out.
This one bounced towards third. Lopez is coming home and sliding in and being called out. It's Howie Kendrick. There's out number 2.
Play right there. Lopez thought about initially thinking about a double play, but the smart play was going home. Not going to be able to turn a double play on Torrey Hunter on a ball hit this slow. But read it well, get a good throw into Bart at home. He's able to block the plate and apply the tags.
So 2 outs now with 2 on for Mike Napoli, who's singled and homered. He scored twice.
And now it's time for a Coors Light cold, hard blast. Mike Napoli last time got a fastball out over the plate and covered it to dead center field. Mike Napoli with our cold, hard blast by Coors.
Now tied for the team lead in home runs with Torrey Hunter at 15. Picking up his 38th RBI with that solo blast. Good hitters counted, 2 balls and no strikes. Lays off the off speed, 3-0 now. Rivera's also 2 for 2 with a single and a double and a couple of runs scored himself.
Definitely going to have the green light here. Again, it's the option the manager will give a hitter if he feels he can get a pitch to drive. He will give him that opportunity. If not, let it go.
Skied out to right. There's out number 3. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. Through 4. Angels still up 6-4. Mariners setting up 1, 2, and 3. Ichiro Figgis and Gutierrez against Joe Saunders. Gave up 3 runs in the 4th inning on 5 hits. See if he can sit Ichiro down. He's 1 for 2 in this one with a ground ball to short and a base hit. 1-0. Good breaking pitch, caught the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You want to see if Ichiro can make an out.
He takes a strike, and it's 1-2.
Big inning here for Joe Saunders, not only in this game, but how Mike Scioscia and Mike Butch are going to react to him. They're pushing him, making sure that he's aggressive here.
Boy, almost got him. It's almost the same type of swing that Fernando Rodney got Ichiro, except that pitch was, Rodney threw anyways, further outside, that straight changeup. Another 1-2. That is lined over to Howie and placed a short hop. There's 1 out. At it the whole way. Take a look at our Jaguar game recap.
Boy, Mike Napoli getting jammed on that pitch. And then Juan Rivera with a great swing into left field. Kevin Franson gets the base hit in the RBI. And Reggie Willis drives in too with that base hit up the middle. Done a couple times in the last couple weeks for Reggie Willis. Base hit up the middle, couple RBI. 6-4 lead for the Angels.
5, 6, and 7 for the Angels. 6 for 7 this evening. Franson with a couple of runs batted in. Reggie Willis, 2 RBI single in the second. Figgins is 0 for 2. A fly ball to right and a double play ball at the end of the 3rd inning. The 11th time he's grounded into a double play, career high for him. He'll ground this one is short. 2 outs.
A good sign, 2 ground ball outs. Joe Saunders in his inning, staying down in the strike zone, throwing strikes, getting ahead. Big thing is, when you look at Joe Saunders, don't worry about hitting a corner. Throw the ball in the middle part of play, trust movement, but you got to not worry about, hey, am I finishing off my pitch? His stuff is too good. He should throw a lot of strikes in the middle part and trust the movement to get people out down in the strike zone.
Gutierrez takes a strike. He's popped out and then doubled. He started the rally in the 4th inning when he doubled off the wall in right center field. One of 4 consecutive hits. The Mariners down in that 4th. One. Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
And here Joe in a situation now he's got to come back with a fastball. Try to be too fine with that last pitch.
Grounded toward the hole. Nice job by Ibar. Strong throw. Got it. Even with Brandon Wood laying out in front of him, Ibar not skipping a beat. Terrific play. A 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Angels leading it by the score of 6-4. Franson Wood for the Angels against the Mariner reliever. The name of Chris Seaton, Northridge, California. Rivera fouling this one back. It's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Juan 2 for 2 with a single, a double, a couple of runs scored. Rolls this one to short. Jack Wilson's got the steal. The first down to start the 5th. Take a look at our U.S. Marines leaders of the game. Jared Weaver, who picked up his 9th win last night, did a terrific job at battling Felix Hernandez. He leads the majors with 142 strikeouts. The last Angel to lead the American League in punch-outs, Nolan Ryan, back at 79.
Still a joke with Jared about the fact that he's leading the American League in strikeouts in the majors if he's a strikeout pitcher, and he insists on saying he's not. But he is. There's no question. He's got 4 quality out pitches.
Franson grounds out for the second out.
He's certainly not a guy he doesn't throw 98 or 99 miles an hour, but he spots his fastball so well. He variates the speed on the fastball from 88 to 93, but a very good slow curveball. His slider was outstanding last night, and of course his changeup, in my opinion, is arguably one of the top 2 or 3 as far as a changeup from a right-handed pitcher in baseball.
Nolan struck out 223 in 1979. A far stretch from the 383 strikeouts Nolan had back in 1973. Wood over to third. Lopez across the diamond. The Angels go down in order here in the 5th. 5 complete. Angels still up 6-4.
Now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze Can. Reggie Wills coming in on that base hit by Ichiro. Strong third. Throw to third base. Jack Wilson. Mr. Wilson, why are you trying to go to third? The tag was applied by Brandon Wood. Great throw, and of course a lone out throw to keep Ichiro in first. That was our Coors Light Freeze Can, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Is that one of those black and white television shows, Dennis the Menace? Prior to Technicolor?
I knew you were going to bring that up somehow, some way. But Mr. Wilson was a nice neighbor.
Jose Lopez takes his strike. Saunders retired the side in the 5th inning. He'll face Lopez, Bradley, and Smoke here in the 6th. Up 6-4. Lofted in the air out toward right center field. Bobby Abreu. Great job. Willits knows the first down of the inning. Brings up Bradley, the DH. Good looking jersey. The giveaway.
She seems to like it. Have a good old time. The Angels leading here in the 6th. Say, way to go, Joe. You got 4 in a row.
Just think, when you're tucked away in bed tonight, talking to Mr. Sandman, you'll be wearing your Torrey Hunter mesh jersey.
Yep.
Bleeding Angel red.
I can't wait.
One ball, one strike on Bradley, who had a single and a run scored in the 4th inning. 1 for 2. Two balls and a strike. Mariners throwing out another left-hander tomorrow. Jason Vargas going for Seattle against Irvin Santana. Scott Kazmir will get the start Tuesday against the Yankees. Bradley fouls this one back. Monday, an off day, traveling to New York.
Yeah, and he's had some time to work on some bullpen sessions with Mike Butcher as far as being, talked about Joe Saunders being aggressive. That's what Scott Kazmir is going to be doing right in this position. He's trying to reestablish that fastball.
Bradley chases the off-speed pitch. Down he goes for out number 2. Second punch out for Joe Saunders.
A good breaking pitch right here for Joe Saunders. Down in the dirt at 78 miles an hour. Good curveball.
You saw Joe Saunders pointing to first base. That ball hit the ground. But because Milton Bradley continued on toward the dugout, he basically said, I give up, so you don't have to throw down to first base.
As a hitter, when you swing and the ball's in the dirt, you're supposed to run down to first base. Because you never know. There's been times where a catcher will air mail that throw down to first base, and before long you're at third.
1 ball, 1 strike on Justin Smoak. All of a sudden has figured out Angel pitching. 2 for 2 in this one. Fouls this one off to the right. He's doubled and singled home a run. Saunders at 81 pitches, 55 for strikes, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 9 hits allowed. And Smoak drills one out to deep left field. Justin Smoak is 3 for 3, and it's a 1-run lead, 6-5 Angels.
You can see why Seattle liked him when they made that deal for Cliff Lee. Justin Smoak has hit a home run left-handed, now a home run right-handed in this series.
That's his 10th of the year. Getting up 38 RBIs now.
Boy, Joe knew it right away. The reaction. Fastball, middle of the plate, around knee high.
Francisco Rodriguez begins to play catch. Langerhans takes a breaking pitch in there for a strike. He's 1 for 2, getting to start in left field with a base hit in the second. Reached down to fielder's choice in the 4th. One ball, 2 strikes. Lays off the breaking pitch. Napoli wants it appeal, and Tim Timmons rings up Langerhans for the 3rd out. Justin Smoak picks up his 2nd home run of the series. And at the end of the bottom of the 6th inning, Angels have a 1-run lead. Jack's right now. Get Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. By Toyota. Get a great deal on Toyota's full line of hybrid and fuel-efficient vehicles at your Toyota dealer today. And by Jack Daniels. Your friends at Jack Daniels remind you to drink responsibly. 6-5 Angels here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Halo setting up 9-1-2 against a new pitcher, Brian Sweeney, who the Angels saw a couple of nights ago. 1-0 record of .346 ERA. He takes over for Seaton, who went an inning and 2/3 and all zeros.
And Seaton did a nice job for the Mariners there. Kept them in the ball game. Then all of a sudden they're only behind by 1. And Brian Sweeney's a guy that not an overpowering fastball, works a sinker on there, 86 to 90 miles an hour. He's got a curveball, a slider, and a changeup. His changeup is the pitch he has the most confidence in to be able to throw to both righties and lefties.
Sweeney went an inning in Thursday's game, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. Reggie Willits 1 for 2. He had a 2 RBI single in the second. And a comebacker to Roland Smith in the third. Willits takes down low, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels have action in their bullpen, so that means Joe Saunders' night has come to an end. Kevin Jepson is up now. 1-1. This one's on the ground, past Lopez and past Wilson. Leadoff knock for Reggie Willits. Lopez was playing in on the grass at third base, anticipating a possible bunt situation.
That's a situation where, because your reputation of a guy who can bunt well and has good speed, you're going to bring the third baseman in. You can get a lot of those hits by him because of that. Going to pitch down by Lopez at third base.
Here's Ibar, who's 0 for 3. Ground ball to third, a pop-up to the catcher, and a fly ball to left. And again, Lopez in on the grass at third. Couple of tosses over there, trying to keep Willits close to the bag. Reggie with 1 stolen base. He's been caught twice, but with Ibar to plate, could be anything from a straight steal to a little hit run situation. Ibar drops a bunt, beautifully placed. Lopez is only placed at first. Ibar's retired. Get credit for sacrifice bunt. And Reggie now in scoring position for Howie Kendrick.
A nice job of deading that baseball for Eric Ibar and forcing Lopez to make that play with the bare hand. Lopez has made a couple good plays at third base on bunts. Comes in there. It's that strong throw to get Eric Ibar by a half a step.
Howie tonight a strikeout, fielder's choice, and a walk. So he's 0 for 2. Takes that sinking fastball down and in. There's what you were talking about as far as not overpowering. 88 miles an hour, relies on location and movement.
And then when you throw that pitch middle part of the plate and it doesn't have that sink action, that ball is going to be hit hard.
Breaking pitch, 2 balls and no strikes. Left-hander Garrett Olson's up now for Seattle. 2-0. Now we're flaring that one down the right field line and out of play. It's 2 balls and a strike.
And in this spot, too, Sweeney doesn't necessarily always going to throw a fastball. He does have a very good changeup. So how's he going to have to stay back?
Trying to keep Reggie close to the bag at second. Sweeney, the third pitcher used by Don Wakamatsu tonight. Ryan Rowland-Smith, the starter, went 3 1/3. Seed went an inning and 2/3, and now Sweeney. This one's chopped foul on the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Mariners with a run in the second, 3 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth inning. The Angels with 4 in the second and 2 in the third. 2-2. He went around on the breaking pitch. There's out number 2. Hey folks, the Angels Friends and Family Fun Pack presented by JetBlue lets you enjoy 4 game tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks for just $44. The next Fun Pack game takes place tomorrow afternoon against the Mariners. Purchase your family Fun Pack today at angelsbaseball.com. So it's up to Abreu to bring home Willits, who's in scoring position with a 6-5 lead here in the 6th. Bobby had a single his last time up, 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch changeup is in for a strike.
Really, his best pitch is his changeup. Good arm action on that pitch. 78-mile-an-hour pitch, down and away from a lefty.
Coming back with a fastball inside, evens the count of 1-1.
Likely will come right back with another changeup on the outer half.
Reggie able to get a big lead at second with 2 outs. Abreu takes inside 2-1. The infielders manning their positions, not so much worried about the base runner, but trying to knock down any potential base hits. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss on the off speed. 2-2.
Well, in this sequence so far, 2 great changeups, 2 fastballs off the inside corner. Both the fastballs at 88 miles an hour, and both the changeups at 78 off the outside part of the plate.
Bard's going to go out real quick. Never quite understood that conversation. He throws some quality pitches throughout the at-bat. That's what you got signs for.
Especially when you see 2 swings on changeups already.
Going back to the changeup, and it's fouled off. It's still 2-2.
I don't think there's any doubt. You have to come back with that changeup, but you have a batter out in front like Bobby was on 2 swings on that changeup. You're doing him a favor trying to sneak that fastball inside.
Outfield's fairly shadowed for Bobby. Langer hands him left. Gutierrez centered, Ichiro and right. Breaking pitch, he breaks his bat and rolls one to Jack Wilson. And Smoke digs it out. And there's out number 3. 6 in the books here at the Big A. Angels have a 6-5 lead. Angels up 6-5. We start the 7th. We go back to our Hyundai keys to the game. Since Joe Saunders no longer in the ballgame, Doobie.
Well, the big thing with Saunders, we talked about a combo platter, using that sinking fastball, backing up with that changeup. He had a good little run there in the 5th inning, and of course the first 2 outs in the 6th when Mike Scioscia had a talk with him in between innings as far as getting that pitch down, being aggressive. It wasn't consistent enough, but still some improvements certainly in this game for Joe Saunders. The velocity on the fastball was definitely there. A couple good curveballs also, and a changeup it was for him.
Kevin Jepson takes over here and gets barred to foul off that first pitch. He did bounce back, as you pointed out. You see the numbers for Jepson. Saunders, after giving up the 3 runs on 5 hits, retired the side in order in the 5th. Was on his way to retiring the side in the order, in order, I should say, in the 6th inning before Justin Smoke touched him for a home run, but then struck out Langerhans to end the 6th inning. So overall on the night, 6 innings, 3 punch outs, 10 hits allowed, including a home run and 5 runs all earned. But he departs with a 6-5 lead in position for his 7th win. 0-2, and that one's...
Luckily, that was behind him. Overthrew that cut fastball. You can see right here, Barr got out of the way of that cut fastball behind his back leg. Look at that overthrowing a pitch. That's one will show how to just miss the calf area of Josh Bard. Fortunately for the Angels, they didn't hit him.
One, 2.
I don't know where that pitch was.
Must have fooled everybody. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this looked like a perfect pitch. An 82 curveball, that got a lot of the plate in at the knees.
And Bard drills one out to deep right field. And all of a sudden, this game is tied at 6. Well, Bob Davidson blows what would have been strike 3, keeps the at-bat alive, and all of a sudden this game is tied.
Boy, new life for a hitter. They get a fastball right in the middle of the plate. And he had no doubt in his mind that ball was getting out of here.
Well, the Mariners come all the way back from a 6-1 deficit to tie this one up. Bard, his 2nd home run of the year and his 6th RBI. Multi-RBI game for him. Here's Jack Wilson. Boy, that's just got to be frustrating. You execute the perfect pitch. You think you've got the first out of the inning. And it's such a good pitch. The umpire is fooled on it.
I mean, there's no doubt it got every bit of the plate in at the knees.
Kevin ahead of the count now at 0-2 on Wilson, who is singled and grounded into a double play. So, of course, Saunders no longer in line for his 7th win. There's out number 1.
He executed that cut fastball very well at 89 miles an hour. Now the Angels infielders got to be aware of the fact that Ichiro has that great speed going down the line, can handle the bat well, a lot of infield hits throughout his career. Corner infielders playing a little bit in. You see that 487 infield hits for Ichiro. That just puts the ball in play and is running down the line as he's swinging.
Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Ichiro 1 for 3 tonight. And a base hit in the 3rd inning. Jepson falling behind at 2-1.
The foul tip looked like it got Mike Napoli around the shoulder area. Just right at that left shoulder. Area where there's not a lot of protection. Seems to be okay.
Oh, Jepson's got a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Ichiro with Figgins on deck. That's full count. Josh Bard with a leadoff home run to start the 7th, to tie things up here at 6. Just the 59th home run that the Mariners have hit this year. This one on the ground towards second. Now he's got it. Right. Hey, sign up today for the Angels and ScholarShare's Rally Readers. Take part in one of 3 Reading on the Green Days, where you can read your favorite books on the field here at the Big A. And win a chance for 2 free Angels tickets to a select game. The first date is Wednesday, July 21st. Space is limited, so sign up fast at angelsbaseball.com/rallyreaders. Well, the Angels really, outside of that bases clearing double in the 5th inning Thursday night, have limited Ichiro. They've kept him off the bases. Figgins rolls this one over to Howie. There's out number 3 to Josh Bard. The leadoff home run ties things up as we head to the bottom of the 7th. We are knotted at 6.
Sometimes it's tough to get you to stop singing Buttercup up here, Victor.
I know. During the break cannot be long enough to really get a full appreciation of that song. One of America's greatest hits. Hunter Napoli Rivera here in the bottom of the 7th. Sweeney's first pitch is in for a strike. Torrey's 0 for 3. Did reach on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. He's stranded there. Mariners have out hit the Angels 11-9. As that pitch is up and in.
Yeah, and a tough series so far. Just 1 for 12 against Seattle here.
Fouls this one off to the right. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He's pulling off some pitches. That's a pitch where you're going to see most times Torrey will crush that ball to right center field. Just pulled off enough to foul it back.
1-2. Down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fernando Rodney's up and loosening now. He'll come on in the 8th inning, presumably. The Angels offense had 7 hits in the 2nd and 3rd innings combined. Have had 2 hits since. Torrey lost one in the air to shallow left center field. Langerhans is there, and there's out number 1. Take a look at our Lexus pursuing perfection. Mike Napoli, Luke single, trying to rally the 2nd. Then that was no fluke whatsoever. That was a big fly in the 3rd. His 15th of the year, and that was our Lexus pursuing perfection for this evening. 2 for 3 night for Knapp, getting to strike behind the plate. And ahead of the count of 1 ball, no strikes.
And Napoli looks like he's getting locked in again. Again, the key for him is hitting the ball the other way. Great power, the center, the right center field.
One from Sweeney. Little off-speed pitch, misses high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Sweeney came on in the 6th inning, gave up a leadoff single to Reggie Willits, but nothing more after Willits has advanced to 2nd on a sac bunt. 3-1.
Again, you would think in this situation Brian Sweeney would throw a fastball 3-1, but that 2-1 count through a changeup. His best pitch is the changeup. He might come right back with that same exact one. So it's definitely going to be an all-speed pitch.
A little tapper on the left side. Sweeney's got it. 2 outs. So here's Rivera with 2 outs as Brandon League begins to loosen. Rivera's 2 for 3 with a single, a double, and a ground ball out. Kevin Jepson goes 1 inning, strikes out a man, but gives up 1 big hit. That was the home run to Bard to tie this game up as Rivera puts a charge into this one to left center field. They're back on top, 7-6.
Boy, what a swing. 3 very good swings throughout this game for Juan Rivera. 5, 6, and 7 done a lot of damage as far as extra base hits, runs scored. On to the pitch, out over the plate, able to get his arms extended, and gives the Angels back that lead. 11th home run of the year. First one at Angels Stadium since April 11th.
Don Wakamatsu's out to the mound. That's going to be it for Brian Sweeney. He had done a nice job up until that 1-0 pitch. Rivera, a big blast to left center field. His 11th of the year, picking up his 35th RBI. It puts the Angels up by the score of 7-6. A pitching change as Brandon League is coming on to take on Kevin Franzen.
Boy, 5 through 9. Mike Napoli, a majestic home run. Kevin Franzen base hit RBI. Reggie Willits up the middle. Of course, capped that off. Juan Rivera with a home run himself. 9 hits out of that 5 through 9 spot in the lineup for Mike Scioscia.
Brandon League facing Kevin Franzen. The first pitch down low. League known for a terrific arm. Coming over in the offseason deal with the Toronto Blue Jays in exchange for a former #1 pick out of Cal by the name of Brandon Morrow. Franzen hit it over to short. Wilson's got it. Long throw. Retires Franzen for the third out. But the Angels retake the lead courtesy of Juan Rivera's 11th home run of the year. 7 in the books. Halos up 7-6.
Give him that lead. Fernando Rodney now in the game here in the top of the 8th inning. Great outing last night for Fernando. Got ahead of the count, had a tremendous changeup working too, and good velocity on the fastball. 4-0 mark, ERA at 3.47.
Got into the game last night, going 1 inning, striking out a man. That was Ichiro, and allowing 1 hit. And here in the 8th, he'll face Gutierrez, Lopez, and Bradley. Gutierrez tonight, 1 for 3, had a double with a run scored in the 4th inning. He's also popped out and grounded out. Mentioned that Jepson went 1 inning, giving up the run. And tied things up, courtesy of Bard's home run, but Juan Rivera putting the Angels back on top. Second home run of the game for the Halos. As Rodney falls behind it, 2 balls and no strikes. This one out to left, playable for Rivera. Got a good jump on it. There's out number 1. He'll take that, especially falling behind it. 2 balls, no strikes on a guy that's got the ability to tie things up. And you've got another guy here in Lopez coming up to do the same.
Same thing. Fastball hitters, too. You put yourself in a predictable fastball count. Gutierrez just missed that one. Here's a situation where if you're going to go fastball, go down and away or use that great changeup because Lopez is looking fastball, middle in, first pitch.
Lopez chasing that first pitch changeup. It's no balls and a strike. He's got an RBI double. That came in the 4th inning. A couple of fly balls to right. The other 2 AB. So 1 for 3 night for him as well. This one driven into the corner in right field. And Abreu going to try to knock this one down and keep it to a double. Lopez slowing down and waltzes in with a 2-bagger. His second of the game, now 20 on the year. And it puts a man in scoring position for Seattle, who now had 12 hits on the night. And Milton Bradley coming up.
Well, they wanted that fastball inside. It was out over the plate and went with the pitch. It was elevated enough to be able to get a good part of it. To get a double on a right field line.
Milton Bradley struck out the last time up. That came in the 6th inning. Against Joe Saunders. That fastball misses wide. He had a base hit in the 4th. Came around to score a run. Bounced over to first. Franzen will take it himself for out number 2 as Lopez advances to third.
Well, that's a situation if you're playing first base and Kevin Franzen has a lot of opportunities to play there. Always better to run and tag that base yourself. You never know on that throw or a pitcher running over, and he missed the base. Realized it went over, got the easy out.
Eliminate the middleman.
Exactly. Take the baseball out of that pitcher's hand. Anytime the ball is released out of the pitcher's hand, you never know what's going to happen. So better take it the sure hand.
I thought you always wanted the athlete to cover the base. You're kind of contradicting yourself, Gooby.
Every once in a while, you got to backtrack.
Here's Justin Smoak, who takes a fastball for a strike. Smoak's 3 for 3. Single, a double, a home run. 2 runs batted in. And in case you're wondering, there have been 4 cycles in Mariners history. Perfect fastball on the inside corner, 0-2. Lopez leading off at third, representing the tying run. Here comes the 0-2 to Smoak. Got him with the fastball. Down goes Smoak. There's out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Fernando Rodney getting the job done with the Angels, leading it 7-6. Game set beginning on Monday, July 26th. This will be the only visit that Boston makes to the Big A this year, so guarantee your seats by purchasing them now at angelsbaseball.com or by coming by the stadium and purchasing them at the ticket window. Coming up next week, 2 games in New York, then 4 against the Texas Rangers in Arlington before returning home to take on the Boston Red Sox.
And that same Texas Ranger club.
For 3.
Pretty easy schedule coming up for the Angels.
Brandon Wood quickly in the hole with no balls, 2 strikes against Brandon League.
Brandon, you can see, was gearing up for that fastball. League could throw that at 93 to 97 slider and a very good split finger fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Wood reached out an error and scored, struck out and grounded out. So no for 3 night. The Angels with 10 hits, Mariners with 12. But for the Halos, first time this year that they've had 3 straight games with 10 or more hits. Now it almost got Brandon. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thursday night they had 16 knocks. Last night 10. They followed that up with another 10 this evening. Wood goes down swinging for round number 1.
Number 77, center fielder, Reggie.
Here comes Reggie Willis, who's had a nice game filling in for Torrey Hunter in center field. 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. He's also thrown out a base runner. Jack Wilson trying to advance on a base hit in the 3rd inning from 1st to 3rd. Reggie Willis pulling out the gun. He is from Oklahoma, after all.
Good point.
Lopez in on the grass at 3rd. Willis chasing that off-speed pitch, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Brandon League. 2 outs here in the 8th.
Well, that's that nasty split-finger fastball. As a hitter, you're thinking lines fastball around knee level, and all of a sudden, the bottom drops out and it's in the ground.
Brian Fuentes up and loosening. He'll be coming on and looking for his 18th save of the year. At a 1-2-3 ninth last night, retiring Gutierrez, Lopez, and Kochman. Here's Ibar swinging at the first pitch and fouling it back. Ibar 0 for 3, but did have a sac bunt in the 6th inning. Angels unable to capitalize in that one. Tapper foul, and it's no balls, 2 strikes.
The winner, Brandon League, will throw that high fastball. See if he can get Ibar to chase. He'll come right back with a split finger fastball once again.
The count remains at 0-2. In the 9th for Seattle. Against Fuentes, they'll have Langerhans, Bard, and Wilson. Those are the scheduled 3 batters. One ball, 2 strikes. Well, the first couple of days we were talking about the top of the order getting the job done. On a night that they're a little bit off. At bottom half of the order, stepping up huge. Napoli, Rivera, Franzen. Reggie Willis in the 9-hole as well.
The tireless work from Mickey Hatcher. Extra BP, hitting off the tee, soft toss, all those little extra things to be able to get the swings back. Had some time to work on that on Wednesday before the second half started.
Good battle here between Ibar and League. The 2-2. That one got him. Hit by pitch. After 2 strikeouts by League, he hits Ibar and keeps the inning alive for Howie Kendrick.
Split finger fastball, overthrew it. Hits Eric in the foot. Certainly a situation where you're going to think in the lines of a stolen base attempt early in the count here.
Howie's 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts, reached on a fielder's choice, and he's also walked.
It looked like Eric Ibar was going. First pitch. And you try to guess along with Brandon League, who has that very good split finger fastball, but would be a difficult pitch to be able to throw out Eric if he's guessing with him.
Pitch out, nothing happening. 1 ball, no strikes. Big lead for Ibar at first. It doesn't go, and Howie tried to bunt. Comes up empty, and the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Unusual for Howie in that spot there. I know Lopez was playing back, but after a couple of bats he had last night, the gapper in left center field, the ball off the wall in right center field, you can score Ibar with 1 swing. Then you're going to force somebody else to be able to get a hit behind you.
Two balls and a strike. Good hitters count, so Dino flashing the signs. There goes Ibar. The pitch is fouled back. Eric looked like he had a pretty good jump. So good, in fact, he tells Figgins, hey, man, I had a pretty good jump.
I think I had the base.
You had no chance. John apparently disagrees.
He said I was there in plenty of time.
Chopped on the ground toward short. Wilson calls off Lopez. High throw, but Smoke keeps the foot on the bag. And there's out number 3. Way ahead of the 9th. But the Angels up 7-6. Brian Fuentes trying to do it in back-to-back nights. See if he can when we return. But before we get to that, Meister Sturis has been on the disabled list for a while now. Saw action for the first time this evening. He saw Lakeland 1 for 3. Picked up an RBI, getting to start at third base.
And all the indications are if Meister gets through these next few days, maybe meeting the club and being activated down there in Texas, quite possibly.
Fuentes, as we pointed out, went a 1-2-3 scoreless ninth of picking up his 17th save in last night's game. Angels trying to make it 3 in a row against Seattle to start the second half of the season, at least after the All-Star break, and pick up a game on the Texas Rangers, who dropped into the Red Sox earlier this evening. The win would put them 3.5 back in the West. Ryan Langerhans, a left-hand hitting left fielder, stepping to the plate to face Brian Fuentes. Langerhans 1 for 3, had a single in the second. He's reached on a fielder's choice, and he has struck out today. He'll take a fastball in for a strike. Kevin Jepson, who gave up the home run to Josh Bard in the 7th inning to tie things up, as you take a look at the standings right now in the West, would be in line for the victory if the score holds. Breaking pitch outside. It's 1-1.
Again, an opportunity, even though Mike Scioscia talks about this often, to take care of their own business as far as winning ball games. It's a chance to be able to pick up a game on Texas.
Fuentes missing outside. 2 balls and a strike. This would be the 8th if the Angels can seal the victory. 7-6 here tonight. Langerhans takes up high, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Catcher Josh Bard on deck, 2 for 3 tonight with a home run. Total of 2 RBIs. And a 3-1. And he walked him. Leadoff man is on board.
Well, lefty versus lefty, and also the scenario is, because of that walk, barring a double play, you're going to see Ichiro here in the 9th inning. Get an opportunity to be able to let him be on deck and watch that final out.
Bard going down the line to talk things over with Lee Tinsley, the third base coach. Mariners hoping to tie things up, if not take a lead. That's their closer, Hardsma, up and loosening now. Bard swinging at a pitch around his neck. Comes up empty. It's 0-1. A 1 pitch. Grounded towards short. Ibar to Kendrick for 1. Relay on the first. In time. 2 outs.
Boy, in the situation where you thought maybe Josh Bard going down to Lee Tinsley, the third base coach, that was communicating the possibility of a bunt. Instead, the Angels get 1 swing in the back, get a double play. Reason why you think in the lines of a bunt, because you're going to get Ichiro up with a man on second. Either there's 2 outs.
I agree with you.
It's so difficult to get out.
I mean, I know Josh Bard's had a pretty good night at 2 for 3, but if he's not the guy that dropped one down, you would think that's what you would want, is to get the guy on deck at the plate somehow. Wilson. Little funky attempt at a bunt. I think if he made contact, he would have been out. He was that far out in front of the plate.
That changeup was just a bit overthrown by Fuentes off the plate.
It's 1 ball, no strikes. On the shortstop, who's 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 3rd. Reaching for this one, that is rolled foul, and the count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Strike right down the middle, 1-2.
Boy, very effective pitch after 2 change-ups in a row.
Almost got to 43,000 tonight. 42,977 here at the Big A. Mosan O'Keefe trying to make it 3 consecutive victories against the Seattle Mariners to pick up the game on the Rangers. Here's a 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You saw Napoli in that little old-timer squat behind the plate, wanting that fastball up.
But he almost got Jack Wilson to swing at that pitch. It's too far off the outside corner, though.
Two. Foul back. Fuentes ready. Here comes another 2-2 pitch. And that is locked and foul.
Well, another changeup just off the outside corner again. I'll tell you what, if you can throw that fastball on the inside corner, you can freeze them. You have to get them to expand that zone, look away. But most closers are leery about going inside. Because if you make a mistake, it could be trouble. But that's a perfect pitch if you stay in there with confidence. Ichiro right there on the on-deck circle and see the last out made.
The pitch. Got him swinging. Down goes Wilson. Light that baby up. The Angels pick up the 7-6 victory and make it 3 in a row against the Mariners.
Well, you got to give the Mariners some credit coming back in this game, but the reality was Juan Rivera with that big swing of the bat back there in the 7th inning gives it the lead. And of course, the bullpen with Fernando Rodney and Brian Fuentes coming through once again for the save. The 5 through 9 for the Angels, 9 hits, power numbers, a couple home runs, a couple doubles, some runs scored. Production throughout the lineup. We talked about in the opening the table setters, and Eric Ibar and Howie Kendrick. They didn't necessarily do a whole lot there, but the bottom part of the lineup picked them up. That means the team is coming together offensively. You have an opportunity to be able to score some runs, put it together, and get together as far as a winning streak. Of course, the ability to be able to make some plays defensively. Of course, you left, for me, the biggest key, you're leaving Ichiro on the on-deck circle. Ground ball there. Derek Ibar, good turn by Howie Kendrick. Nice job by Kevin Franson, who also made a great play early in the game as far as getting off the base and preventing a lead run from getting into scoring position.
Well, Kevin Jepson, who gave up the home run to tie things up, sticks around and picks up the victory, his 2nd of the year, while Fuentes notches his 18th save. Once again, the final 7-6. Let's send it down to Sean Farnham.
Thanks so much, guys. Here with Reggie Willits. And Reggie, obviously, once again, the bottom half of this lineup coming through and setting the tone offensively in the 2nd inning. Talk about this unit collectively, what you've accomplished in the last 2 nights.
We're going up there and putting together some good at-bats. Our pitchers are throwing well. So, when we get an opportunity to get out there and play, I'm just going to try to give it as best I can and try to get on base with them guys.
It's not just about the bats, though, of course. Your glove coming up big in the 3rd inning, that throw to third base. Take me through that play.
It's one of those things where I was playing pretty shallow, and he was real aggressive on the bases, trying to get that extra base there like we try to do a lot. And, I just seen him going, tried to come up and put a good throw in. Fortunately, we got him.
this lineup overall coming out of the All-Star break, now 36 hits in 3 games. How good of a break was it for you guys, and were you able to really step away just a little bit from the game and come back and feel more confident?
Well, I think we were always confident. We got a great ball club, and the last few nights we've swung the bats really well. Some balls have found some holes for us, and hopefully we'll just keep doing that in the second half.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
All right, 3 in a row to start from the break for the Angels. 7-6 your final score. We send it out to the Rocks, to Billy Mack and Jose Mota.